know my life was never the same. I know people talk about trauma, but we're not here to talk about trauma. We're here to talk about the good in a mom, but there's something special about you as a mom. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell that special part, and then I'll ask you some questions to help the world because you are a mom and people need mom's love. So why don't I let you talk and tell them something special about yourself? Why there's such a connection?
Keeshann Jones. Been married for 36 years, and my husband and I had 5 birth children, and we adopted 17 children. And in the process of adopting our 18th, so that will make us have 23 children. And over the years, we've raised and taken care of over 70 children.
Wow. That's even more of a surprise than I expected. But when you say you've adopted 17 children,
Yes.
so, but were they ever in foster care with you, or you're a
Yes.
foster mom?
Yep, that was through foster care. So what we did was children who came into our home as foster children, if they did not go back home to their parents, during the period that was allotted for the parents, we decided to adopt them because we didn't want to re-traumatize them again, meeting new people. They had become established with us. We had a routine. We had a life together. And so rather than them going somewhere else, they just remained with us and became part of our family.
Husband.
Yeah.
Back in the day, there wasn't very many single parent foster homes, but now they are. How important it is for you to have a role model for your children, to have them say that, father, and how does that
It's
make him feel and you?
it's extremely important. I grew up without a father. So, I mean, I had him, he was around, but he was absentee. And then my husband did the same thing. He grew up without a father. And so for him, what he does is he raises these children, all of them, the way he wished his dad was there for him. And so, and he just brings a different element to it, but they need him. And I know a lot of men don't realize this, but their children need them. It is just something special that they have in them that can train them, that can teach them, that and
Do
the
you feel
children.
they need them even more? Those 70 kids need them as adults? Because I
Oh
don't
yeah.
need to be no crybaby, but I tell you, when I divorced, I wanted to move in with mama.
Well, that
Even
was daddy.
now, I want to
Yes.
move in with
See,
mama. How important
mama's
is
the one
that?
who would do the cuddling and I'll hold you and cradle you, although he
No,
does
I'm
it
talking
too.
about moving in
Um,
with somebody in the 50s. How
oh, honey,
important is
I
it
have
for you to
several of
be
our
there for
adult
them, for
children.
adults, like
Yes,
really
they
grown
call us.
folks, get out the house adults?
They
How
want to come
important is
back.
that?
If they need us, we allow them to come back. If they are, if they're working, and this is as adults, and they have a mission of what they're doing. Like some of our kids came back because they needed to save the money so that they can buy a house. Of course you can. Clean up the space
Or
and
you're a
do it.
mama, don't you?
Yeah, I'm
You
a
are
mom.
a
And my husband the
mom.
same way. Whenever you need us, we are here. It is never, oh, you're grown, you got to do your own thing. Oh, you left us. Because we did have a lot of our children left because of that dedication to the blood family. And even though they were with us for so long and they knew us, that draw to understanding their birth family was really strong for them. And it hurt, but I didn't need them to be dedicated to me. I will always be who I am. I just needed them to understand that no matter what, I love them. And they can always come back. But some of them, I mean, our oldest, he's 38. He's 38. And when he
And
left us,
you
he
know
left
you
us.
look 38, don't you? You know you look
Oh, thank
38.
you. Nope,
Wow.
50. I'm in the
Well,
50.
I got to get ready to wrap it up. Do you mind coming back every month, giving us a mom perspective on life? Because the
I don't
world just
mind.
needs. And then you ask your husband, the father.
He most definitely will come and speak to you. I told him, I said, you be ready just in case I holler for you.
Well, for the man perspective, it looks good with you together,
Yeah.
two and separate, but it looks good when he comes that you're there too. And
Yeah.
it's just important that people know.
Hey, let's check out this park. Wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
It's okay to be single parent, and it's okay
Yes.
to be
I'm married.
married too, but it's okay for them to see that. It's
Yes.
okay for them to see love. I'm
Yes.
sure your children are seeing love. It's okay for the world to see love. So when you bring your
Yes.
husband back, they're seeing love. When you come back every month and they see you, they're seeing love. The world needs to see love. So we'll get you every month if it's okay with you. We'll
Okay
get
with
your
me.
mom perspective. So this is the mom perspective, because the
Yeah.
Marianne show is, you don't want me. You don't want just Marianne. What are you learning? If you think that I'm the smartest one in the world, you're gonna be in trouble. Because we seek out resources. We connect business owners to viewers and viewers to business owners. But we're
Nice.
very serious about improving the community. To
Yes.
help
And
them
it takes
improve.
a
Yes.
village. We
And
need that support.
and I want to tell people that I met you at a film festival and we met
Yeah.
in Florida.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything's okay, with the hurricanes. I don't know exactly where that is,
They're
but
doing fine. My kids, I have a couple of my children that live down there. We stayed on Zoom constantly because I
oh,
needed
that
to make
must have
sure
been
they were okay.
scary.
I got
You have to appreciate
four,
life with
four
all of
and four
that.
grandbabies. Yes. And
So
they're well.
so we met at a film festival.
Yes.
What about mom being into film? What brought you there? Are you doing something special? Of course, you are. Every
Yes.
day is special with what you
Well,
do.
I have my days where I'm like, oh Lord, this is tough, but that's
But
part
why
of
the
being.
film festival?
The film festival is because I began writing our story some years ago, and all of a sudden it went from just being a story to someone saying, "Have you ever thought about making it into a miniseries?" And all of a sudden now I'm making a miniseries. So I write with my children. They're all present when I'm writing. I'm sitting. My desk is right here. I began to write. I wrote books and I wrote films, and my films all target under people who are adverse childhood trauma.
I'm glad you reached out to me. A lot of times we get business cards and we forget, but I don't want to lose your business card because I need to be motivated to continue a novel and
Yes,
to do it. It's very painful. Maybe a little trauma into that
but
too.
that's the healing that comes from it because the story that I've written and we're doing is a true story.
See, I
There's
need your
trauma,
help.
it's painful, but I know that there are other people out there who are going through similar things. And if they can see the hurt, what happened, and then the what happened afterwards, the joy that has come, the change, the transition, and how to get there, that is, I mean, that is worth mommyhood, daddyhood. That is worth helping people through their pain and what they're going through. I see a lot of shows. I mean, but to know that I've been there, or that's my life. She's talking about my life.
Right.
But and then
So,
watching how she got from point A to point B, and know that
right.
they can heal too.
Wow, and I would love to just continue to talk to you, but we're gonna have to wrap it up, especially if we're gonna get you on this next episode. But we on this current episode that's due in October, and we want to do that, and we want to get you back every month,
Okay.
giving your mom's perspective. So what I want for you, and then we're gonna put this on YouTube. Of course, you're in another state. What state are you in again?
Ohio.
Ohio. So
Yeah.
I'll give you a copy of this after it airs, and then we'll put you on YouTube, and of course we'll get you on Facebook. But now it's this mom to kind of help the world, mommy, help the
Yeah.
world, because really sometimes, I grew up without a mother and a father. One day I was just laying in my bed and it just got to me. And I just wanted a mom to talk to, but somebody to just, because I've never felt that. I love my foster mom, born 1923, and I ran away. But I always wish I would have ran back because I really believe half my battle was I had too much pride to run back. Then she got old, and then I was just so afraid. So it was really, I felt bad because I left her alone, aging by herself. And I just didn't know how to handle that. So, and I needed her. I needed her for all the trials and tribulations of the marriage that I was going through. the things that I've gone through in life, she wouldn't have done me like that. And we definitely, my foster father definitely wouldn't have, but she wouldn't have either. But I just didn't get to know that because I was free. I was free from strictness. That was it.
Mhm.
That was it. I was street, but
And then the kids, they always want it. That was that
yeah,
they
it
think
kind
the
of hurt
freedom
me
is,
financially because I
yep.
needed that money. Not that money, but I needed that when that one day that I had to sleep in the car while I was waiting on this apartment because I got in trouble. I
Mhm.
needed that mama house to go.
Yeah.
And you stay away so long, you become strangers and you become afraid of each other.
No, the
So
parents, mommies don't. The
see, I
mommies
didn't, you
will
couldn't tell
open
me, you could tell
that
me that
door.
now,
She'd
but you
open
couldn't
that
tell me that
door,
then. I'm such
and
a different
her arms
person.
would have been out, and it would have just, you'd have melted. We
Yeah,
never close our arms. Even when we're hurt by our children, that coming back and embracing, it is like, and it's like, I'm not gonna hold that against you because I'm your mom and I love
and
you no
you're
matter
a
what.
mom. So give the world advice when it comes to a mom and just relax. We're here for calmness. Um, I had a show therapist on and we can bring her back later, but right now I just want to give people a mama and a
Yeah.
dad. Not that you need a mom and dad, but just that sometimes I just want to, you don't want to tell nobody your business. Not even your own
Go
mom and
talk to
dad
your mom.
sometimes.
You
But
go to your
sometimes
mom.
you just need
Go to your
you just
mom.
want to just a mom listening. So
Yeah.
can we get that listening from you? What advice do you
Yes.
have for the
Just
world for
go to your
comedy?
mom and talk to her. Say it to her because mama will hear. No matter what it is, don't you can shock us, but we'll never show that you shocked us. We just want to be there for you to help support you, love you, and help to guide you. And if you don't want our advice at that moment, just say, Mom, I just want you to hear me. And
And
we'll listen.
and that's so I'm gonna throw this in because I know you're not a dad. I know you but tell us the importance of really having a male figure for
And
children. How important?
our girls need that male figure because it helps her to build up who she is. It helps her to know her self-worth. Her dad pours that into her. He feeds it to her. Even though my dad was absentee, every now and again when he would just say, "Baby girl, you're beautiful," it was like, whoa, it was the greatest thing ever. You know what I mean? So they need that figure as well to help mold them. There's our boys need
I
to
don't
know
know if
how
I
to be
heard my
men.
dad say you beautiful.
Oh,
I know I heard him say, sit down right here. You're talking too much. Just sit down and listen.
I had that too.
Listen. So,
Like, what you
back
talking about?
then they just didn't tell their feelings like that. But
No.
I saw the love when the love came from when I tried to grab that. It was a glow Democrat. It's not here
That's a
anymore.
nightmare. It's a nightmare. Baby's having a nightmare. We have a new little one.
Oh,
And,
see, I
and she'll
like that,
start.
and I'll hurry and let you get back to that. But
Oh, my
one of
husband
the
went to
things
get her. I
that
was
my
letting him know
foster
that she was having a
father,
nightmare. And he'll go and comfort her. So it's getting her up, holding her, actually waking her up first because she's having nightmares. So whatever she's gone through, we're learning that she's having a nightmare. So it's going in, picking her up, comforting her. The hard part is she speaks Spanish. So
I
we are
like
learning
that.
some new words to help to
You
comfort.
are amazing. You're so amazing. You're bringing me back to my foster father, who I got these funnies, and he was like, "You can't read the funnies." I was like, "But they're cartoons." He's like, "All cartoons aren't cartoons." But he's right. They weren't the funnies. I finally, I snuck and read them, and I got in trouble for that. But that discipline, that love, that is so important. You're a house of love. So you're really, the world is really learning about love when they see you. I see the LOV written all over your face. I see it in your glasses. I see the reflection of the mirror, and it says LOVE, and the world needs that what you give the world, what you give your children, what you give your children, all 70 of your children.
And
That's
it blesses me when they send me
amazing to
messages
go outside yourself and
it's going
to
us out. It's truly outside of self. And it's okay. It's okay. Because if I can be that for you, then I'll be that for you. But it's a balance. You know, I can be strict, I can be stern, I'm direct, I'm a listening ear. And I'm going to guide you. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. I want to push you to whatever goal, whatever you want to be. And we're there, tired or not, there, cheering.
And I want to
to
add, you have love that will last you. But of course, that's copyrighted, so I'm not going to sing that song because then we couldn't air that part of it. So it's certainly a pleasure. We'll get back to recording you. This is October, sometime in November. We'll get you again in November before Christmas and then bring you back in January. But this is moms listening to mom, just listening to mom. Sometimes you just got to listen to mom, and you know, you'll throw in dad in there for the world because the world needs dads too.
Yeah. Yep. The world needs us. We need us both. That's why God made us, the two to come together to bring forth the life.
Balance. So
that makes us well-rounded.
we appreciate you coming on the Mary Ann Show.
Beautiful.